Yeah, although we did pull off with Mark what is still thought of in Dallas as the greatest April Fool's prank of all time. So my buddy Ted, Ted Alvatrea, he's champ now.
Great guy.
At the time, he was Rowdy from the Cowboys. And Ted, I love Ted. He and I have been buddies forever, going back to my Celtics days. Ted was my stripping referee usually. So we thought we would do on April Fool's, instead of the stripping ref, we would have Cuban and the referee get in a fight. So the timeout goes. And back up a little bit. Before the game, we go and kind of play it out with Mark, and Mark says, "Yeah, this is great. Let it rip. Shove me. Don't go easy." And he's talking, and they talk through it. He said, "Let's really scrap out there. All right, I'll see you out on the court." And Mark just walks out, and I'm going, "Wait, we got no ending. How are we going to end this? Because you can't just fight and then stop fighting." So
yeah, everybody's gonna be scratching their head like,
who knows where this is going? Yeah, this is stupid. You're going to shake hands or hug after? I have no idea. But the timeout goes, Ted's in place, and Mark starts jawing at him. And it was funny because there was no bad call. It was just a random, first time out of the second quarter probably. And Ted played it great. He's stoned, just sitting there ignoring Mark for a while. Mark got to where it couldn't be ignored. And then Mark comes over and shoves him. And the whole arena just goes silent. And Ted steps back and pops Cuban back. And next thing you know, they're scrapping. Within 4 seconds, the backup center, Evan Eschmeyer, and one of the coaches, Del Harris, come out and separate them.
Was that planned?
No, that part was not planned at all. Yeah, he separated them. And there was just this silence over the whole arena. And then the audience, the bench, they were just shocked. And Cuban was there maybe 2 years at the time, possibly 3. So he still had that reputation, this rogue owner who kind of did his own thing. He still does, I suppose.
But back then, man, that was fresh.
Yeah, it was really fresh. It was, and then a banner scrolled across the Jumbotron said, "Happy April Fools from Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks."
Huge. That is huge.
It was huge. Yeah, on the April Fools, the news outlets will still show highlights of that every now and then.
Man, no, but that is huge. I can't believe I've never seen that. Oh, I'm gonna look that up.
I'll try to find some video and get it to you. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, Mark Cuban Mavericks April Fools. I'm sure it's on YouTube
I'm gonna
somewhere.
Look that up. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, to have an owner that would do anything with me would be amazing. Jeez, that guy's just a character in himself. Love it.
Yeah, it was great. Although I was tasked, my locker room's across from the referee, so I had to go in pregame and tell the refs what was going on. No, they did not like the idea of physical violence between the referees and anybody else. So I came in armed with Beanie Babies and T-shirts and an autographed jersey from the works.
Of course,
they still didn't care.
Of course. I mean, of course, the referees are not going to like anything like that. And yeah, it was so good. You had a plan that you didn't even try to get a real referee in on that. Yeah. Me, I would have been thinking, I'll get a real referee. I'll get somebody. I'm sure they'll do that. So yeah.
Dick Bavetta would have.
Dick Bavetta would have. Yes. Man, that guy's a legend. He front flip over him one time. I was flipping over dancers and he's like, "Hey," and he runs and he kneels down. And at the end of the dancers, he just jumps in there. And I'm like, whoa. I run over.
Awesome.
I'm like, "Hey, Dick, I appreciate this, man, but could you come around to the front of the line? I don't want to land on you, man." Get up. He got up and moved to the front.
I love that guy. My first season in Boston, which was 98, I think, I would always go talk to the referees before the game because I wanted to build a relationship with them. And he kept telling me, "This is my last season. If I'm here for the last game, I want you to roll out the trampoline because I'm going to try a dunk." And he must have told me that 20 times. And it was never his last season. I think I left before he did.
Man, he was still going. I can't remember what his last year was, but we had a fan that was confined to a wheelchair, and his name was John Mumford. And shout out to him and his family. He passed away a few years ago, but every time Dick Bavetta would come to town, John would, he'd say, "Hey, man, He says, "Hey, can you run out and tell Dick hello for me?" And sure enough, at some point, if it wasn't pregame, it was during the game. He'd walk off over to the corner and behind front row, right in the corner by the tunnel, walk over, shake John's hand. So
That's cool. Yeah, he was. I love that guy. I wanted to get his home info one time, so I went into the locker room before the game and said, "Hey, Dick, you have a card?" Because I wanted his business card. Because I thought I'd send him a Christmas card or something. And he pulled out a basketball card and autographed it and handed it to me.
that guy's class.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
He had it with him. He had a Topps card. It wasn't a Topps. He had it made. But
he's
carried it with
him. Character and he got it, man. It's entertainment.
Yeah,
it's entertainment.
Yeah.